Good morning, children. So, in the previous class, we were discussing this chapter 3, emotions of the earth, right, from your geography section. Now, today, let us go to this, what do you call, history chapter 3, as because the previous chapter we already done with. What is chapter 3? Neolithic farmers and herders, page number 117. And let me tell you, my dear children, see, whatever we are doing it on a daily basis, please study, finish it up daily, as because daily we are just completing a portion, okay, at the max 1 or 2 paragraph, because you also know and I also know what we do daily. I don't give you things all, a huge task at one go. I don't give you burden. Why am I asking you to complete it daily basis? As because all this are included, listen properly, all these are included for your half yearly examination, the upcoming examination, inclusive of the chapters of periodic assessment as well. So if you do it daily, by the time we finish up the chapters, you are also done with the study portion from your end. Or else I'll be finishing up the syllabus and you'll be keeping things for the 11th hour, and you won't be left with any time within your hand. So let's start now. Neolithic farmers and herders. Let's get started. The life of the early humans changed a lot with the discovery of fire, domestication of plants and animals, and living a more settled life. Think and answer. In what ways would surplus production have helped them? Do you think there would be a change in their rock paintings now? What would that be? Lots of clay pots and jars have been found belonging to this period. What does it mean? In the previous class, I think it was, was it this class or different? Yeah, you only. In chapter 2, if you remember, chapter 2 of history, we have discussed these different ages, right? The Stone Ages, especially this, what do you call, Paleolithic, Mesolithic, Neolithic, and Chalcolithic. And out of these 4 different ages, in brief, in detail, we talked about, not completely in detail, but we got an idea about Paleolithic and Mesolithic, right? So here we will talk about this Neolithic. The Mesolithic age was followed by the Neolithic age, or you can also say the New Stone Age. Underline that. What is the other name for Neolithic age? New Stone Age. The same one I also told you in the previous class, previous chapter, that is history chapter 2. It started in about 10,000 BCE. This period marked complete transformation of the early humans from hunters and food gatherers to farmers and food producers. Alright, so this period, Neolithic period, a period of transformation. A transformation from being a hunter to a farmer. Transformation from being a food gatherer to a food producer, right? Practices of farming and domestication of animals were the major factors that accounted for this transformation. Underline that. The main reason which led to this transformation was practices of farming and domestication of animals. I repeat, practices of farming, domestication of animals. These are the major factors. I am not saying that these are the only factors. These are the major factors which led to this transformation. Farming. This is quite an interesting and easy chapter as well, as you all have got idea about farming, domestication of animals. Many of you, I believe, you also have pets at home. Farming. It was during the Neolithic age that farming began on an extensive scale. Wheat and barley were the first cereals grown in the Neolithic age. Underline, the first cereals. Wheat and barley were the first cereals. Stone sickles found at several Neolithic sites suggest that this might have been used for harvesting the crops. Sickles, it's a kind of a instrument, a tool which is used for farming generally. Nowadays we have got modernized machines, like we have got this, what is that, tractor and all, right? So many different advancement even in the field of farming. But during those days, but today also, if you go to this some of the interior remote areas and all, villages and all, everywhere you won't find this, what is this, tractors and all. People still use those hand tools, you can say that. Having learned the practice of farming, people began to lead a settled life as because now they don't have to roam around, go around in search of food. The early humans lived very close to nature. As the climatic condition became favorable for the growth of plants and trees, they were able to watch them grow. They were thus able to produce their own food. Regular and extensive practice of farming made it necessary for the Neolithic period to lead a sedentary or a settled life. Underline that. Regular and extensive, I'll come to it. Regular and extensive practice of farming made it necessary for the Neolithic people to lead a sedentary or settled life. It was only after settling down at a certain place and staying there for a long period that they could plow the soil, sow seeds, grow crops, and harvest them. Let us read the next para as well, and we'll explain all together. The places where people settled down were mostly located close to rivers, lakes, etc. At these places, water was available regularly and in large quantity for irrigation and other purposes. So, farming was something, and today also, if you see, in fact, people do different type of jobs, businesses, works. I'll go a little off the track from this particular topic, especially with regard to farming, food crops. So the different jobs that one does, that a person does, whoever it is, end of the day, the earning that we do, okay, the money that we earn, what is that for? To fill up this tank that we have, the stomach, right? Food. So this so-called the early people, as they were food gatherers, now when they started learning the art, the skill of farming, they were no more food gatherers, because that was the main reason which made them, go around from one place to another, roam around from one side to another side in jungles in search of food and all. So, and the two most, or you can say the first cereals which was grown by this Neolithic, during the Neolithic age, was this wheat and barley. And from some of the Neolithic sites, even stone sickles were found, which suggests that this might have been used for harvesting the crops. Now, when people started learning farming, they also started leading a settled life, because the main reason that they never used to stay in one place was because of food. Now, when they have food from one particular place, then why to roam around? So let's get settled out here. That was one reason. And another thing, this early people, the early humans, they also used to live very much close to the nature, as because the climatic conditions became favorable. Now, for example, many a times, nowadays in the towns and cities, we don't find when it is too hot, as because I have experienced, so that's what I'm sharing you. When it is too hot, and if you are in villages and all, and supposedly there is load shedding, power cut off, no electricity, especially this bamboo trees. It is actually a plant, it's called, but some people, bamboo trees, plant, whatever. If you sit, or be it any tree, under the shade, under the tree, a little bit of movement of the leaves, of the branches, a cool breeze will give you so much of soothing, will give you so much of relaxation, which you won't find even sitting in an air conditioned room. Nature. So coming back now, where am I? Yeah. So as the climatic conditions became favorable for the growth of plant, for the growth of trees, whatever they used to grow, so that, and also they were able to watch them, this early humans. So that was one reason that why they used to live so close to the nature. And farming made it possible for them to produce their own food. So they started continuously practicing farming, and this led this early man to have a settled life, or to have a sedentary life during the Neolithic age. It was only after settling down in a particular place and staying in a particular for a particular period of time that you can go for plowing of the soil, or go for sowing the seeds, growing crops, harvesting them. So you need to look after them, you need to settle down there. Farming, it is not that it can be done overnight. You have done tonight and tomorrow morning you'll get the crops, not like that. And another reason these places which was chosen by the Neolithic men for settling was nearly to the water bodies, these places, as because we know how important, how efficient is water in our day-to-day life. It is needed for irrigation, for other day-to-day purposes. So therefore, and settling up near the water bodies means you get large quantity of water available. There is no shortage of water. So that was another reason why these people chose to settle up near the areas which was located near these rivers, lakes and all. Next we have domestication of animals. Let me start there as well. The Neolithic human began to domesticate animals on a large scale. Among the domesticated animals, dog, goat, cattle, pig, sheep, horse and donkey were the most important. Goats and cattle provided milk and sheep provided wool. The horse and the donkey were tamed for carrying burden. The rearing of animals ensured continuous supply of meat, milk and hides. There is a figure 3.1, a Neolithic farmland and settlement lying close to the farm. You can see some houses, animal as well, and some people doing some kind of farming. And there is also, if you see, a kind of a river or a lake. Archaeological evidences found at sites such as Mehrgarh suggests that, underline the name of the archaeological site, suggests that dogs, cattle, sheep and goats were domesticated for different purposes. At some Neolithic sites such as Tekalkota, which is in Karnataka, underline another Neolithic site, Tekalkota in Karnataka, bones of sheep and goats have been found, indicating that they were tamed in large numbers. Domesticated animals were protected and nurtured by the Neolithic people as they were aware of their significance. Though people had started leading settled life, they would often travel from one place to another in search of pasture where they could feed their cattle. This search for pasture made them herders. Alright. So in page number 117, the domestication of animals, they have mentioned different animals like dog, goat, cattle, pig, sheep and all. The third sentence, that is goats and cattle provided milk, sheep provided wool. So these are basically the different uses of different animals which was being done by these people living in the Neolithic age, or the purposes behind keeping those animals. The horse and the donkey were tamed for carrying burden. So you need to underline all this. I don't have to explain anything. It's self-explanatory. Goat and cattle provide milk, sheep provide wool, donkey and horse for carrying luggages, burden. Rearing of animals means they got continuous supply of milk, meat. Next page, 118. The evidences which was found in the archaeological site of Mehrgarh, from that evidences it is clear that dogs, cattle, sheep and goats were domesticated during those days for different purposes, depending upon the evidences which they got. There is another Neolithic site which is in Karnataka, a place called Tekalkota. There bones of sheep and also goats were found, which also indicates that large number of animals were being tamed during this Neolithic age, or by the people of this period. Now those animals, those were domesticated, they were taken care of in a very good manner of those days standard, whatever they could, whatever possible it was, as the Neolithic people, they were very much aware about the importance of this domesticated animals. And people, even though people, as in the previous topic we have read that because of farming, because of this water supply and all, lakes, river and all, they started living a settled life. But however, these people also used to travel very often from one place to the another, and the reason was not because of a food or any such sort of thing. It was because of their animals. It is because of in search of pasture so that they can feed their cattle. And that is the reason. To feed their cattle, they had to move from one place to another. and that is the reason which made them herders. Okay, so you might get a question, why dyslexic people are called herders, this paragraph. Alright, we'll keep it up this much for the day, and now let us go to the exercise. Fill in the blanks. That is fill in the blanks. Question number 1, question number 2, 3, 4. So fill in the blanks 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me also mark. Match the column will come at the end of the chapter, as because it's all tangled up. True or false? For today, not any. Answer the following question in brief. Question number 1, 1 and 2. D 1 and 2. And E, answer the following question in detail. Okay, for today, because there is some more topic to complete this Neolithic, that is up till page 119, then I will come back to this because these are long answer question. So you just a very small assignment for the day. Fill in the blanks 1, 2, 3, 4, and short answer question 1 and 2, right? So that you are not burdened up. Alright, then see you in the next class. Do read the text and listen to the explanation. Okay, exam is knocking at your door. See you tomorrow.